What's up, people? I was watching this video yesterday with Johnny Shreve, and he was showing these, I forgot the name of them niggas, man, but he was showing shit, but these niggas is super brolic, man. These niggas is, right? Super brolic niggas. Them niggas probably 275 and up. And they training, just working with this kid, and they had him doing some astronomical shit. Awful form, awful posture, too much weight, all screaming, get it, you can do it. Just going crazy. When I first started working out, I was almost like that. Just working out with dudes like that. Everything was a challenge. Come on, you can do it. Get that weight up. That shit ain't nothing. Let her talk to you. All this shit, all this screaming and hollering, right? Never worked on any form. Never worked on posture. Never understood the basic fundamentals of anything with lifting or work. I had no knowledge. I'm just following these dudes, and I'm thinking, all right, I'm getting results, because, you know, when you're beginning, you're gonna get results. And then, you know, when you're young, you do it. Here come those injuries, man. So everything I did was powerlifting. Everything was, when I did arms, everything was 50 and up. When I did legs, everything was 2 and some change and up. I did chest, everything was 2 and some change and up. It was just like shoulders, I was doing 225 on a straight bar. Like, everything was powerlifting, man. Deadlifts was 315 and up. You know, I wasn't really keen on deadlifts, but back injuries come with that. And there was a lot of poor form, which was helping me do it. Until I realized I stopped doing certain workouts, stopped going so heavy, and I started working on posture and form. And I see better results, and my body feels better. You know what I'm saying? But the damage was already done to my body. Listening to dudes like them, overworking yourself, junk volume. You know, a lot of people don't know about junk volume. You know, like, and I still lift heavy, moderate heavy. You know, not insane heavy. You know, last time I went real crazy heavy, messed up my left arm, man. Chipped the bone in that shit, going for 4 or 5. Knowing my little frail behind, and touched weight like that in years. And I tried to do it, ego lifting. Messed up my elbow. It really jacked it up, jumping, and I landed on it. And the shot caused the bone to chip. But I never went and got surgery because they were like, you're gonna be out. Your arm's gonna be messed up in a sling for 3 to 4 weeks, and then I'm like, I'm not walking around like that. I'll deal with the pain. And there's no real pain. Said it'll heal, but it'll never be 100% the same. And I feel good for now. But every once in a while, this thing kicks in. It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't stop my workout at all. After a couple of months, I was ready to work out again. It was so bad, ego lifting. I couldn't even lift one plate up doing chest. And, you know, it was rough. I couldn't do shoulders like that. And I had to work my way. You know, I'm a person that always worked through these injuries. I never stopped working out. I always find a way to work through injury. You know, transfer my energy to other little workouts and things like that. I just can't sit around. You know, even with my back. You know, bus accident and all that jamming. I couldn't move, man. And I still, you know, once I got the clearance from the doctor, I was like, all right, I must, you know, get busy, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I keep my, like with back, I don't do a lot of I don't do heavy deadlifts no more. I stopped that. I don't pop my back a few times doing stuff like that with improper form and posture. And when you watched the video, you saw that video, the kid was rounding his back trying to stand up, but how you try to spot a nigga like this with your elbow with your forearm under his neck like that. What the fuck are you doing? And this is what I'm saying, like, you see a lot of people that do improper shit in gyms, and you're like, what the hell are you doing? I used to be a trainer. That shit motivated me to be a trainer. Watching a kid train somebody, right? And a lot of trainers don't be knowing what they're doing either. I'm sorry. But I watched this kid, he was a trainer. He had no idea what he was doing, man. No idea what he was doing. Like, and I seen him have this big fat kid, right? And he got him running, hopping over crates and shit. What the fuck are you doing? This man huffing and puffing. Obviously, the man can't do this shit. You gotta take it easy on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're busy trying to show all your workouts on so that you think you're gonna attract people. But a person like me that is watching, that thinks like me, is like, I ain't fucking with that cat. That dude's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, I started training from there. It kind of inspired me a little bit. You know, you see this J Fit shirt is wrong. You can see it backwards in the video, but I, you know, did a little course at John Jay where I was, you know, coming in a couple of times a week and working with, you know, the students and staff there. Just training, you know, basic training and stuff like that. Going to the gym with them, get a group of them, we do workouts. You know, we do some running. We go to the roof and do running, do a little calisthenics, you know, and aerobic exercises, you know, just light stuff. Work with machines here and there if it's empty. Easy stuff, man, like, not killing my body no more. Even right now, when I work out, I had to tone it down. I used to go and do arms, and every workout was 30-something sets. I had to get 30-something sets in. It's junk volume, man. What you need all those sets in. Now, yeah, I do a lot of split workouts, and, you know, so I'll do maybe, you know, 12 to 15 to 16 sets of one exercise, and then maybe 10 to 12 or 10 to 15 of another exercise, you know, and I'll just pick like maybe 3 or 4 exercises I'm gonna do with that shit, and it's been working for me. When you get over a certain age, right, because that's when shit starts to kick in, when you get 30s, 40s, those injuries when you got bad form and bad posture, that shit kicks in, man. So I'm going with experience. And then I stopped listening to people. I listen to guys that actually break stuff down with science, also that can be verified. And I also like listening to physical therapists and doctors because they went to school for medicine, also went to school for anatomies, you know, all of that stuff, so they know how the muscles, joints, and things like operate. So once you understand that, you understand how to work your body. You understand what your body, what it takes to work your body. You don't gotta go in the gym for a whole hour and a half. You can go in there and get it in. Once you get your body used to it, you go in there 15, 20 minutes to get busy and leave. 30 minutes to get busy and leave, man. You know, especially when you get older, you just need that pump, man. And for me, I still lift from moderate to heavy because I want to keep my muscle mass. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to start going lighter because I'm getting older and fooling myself like, well, I can't do it, and I can still do the shit. I can still throw 85s and 90s up on shoulders. Damn near 50. With no steroids. None of that shit, man. I barely even take protein powder. And that's another thing. People take all this shit. That shit affects your body over time, man. You know what I mean? So, a lot of stuff I learned the hard way. I learned about a lot of that shit going to the doctor. Doctor, like, you know, hey, you know, all those protein powders and things like that on top of drinking and not eating healthy is not good for your liver. That's what the doctor told me. So it's too much chemicals, man. A lot of those, you know, GNC products are not FDA approved, even though they come under dietary. You don't know what's in a lot of that shit, man. A lot of people taking this shit for the, you know, I need a pre-workout. Well, what do you need you can drink black coffee and get a pre-workout from that. Or if you're a person that really needs the pre-workout, where you're tired, you didn't get enough sleep or whatever, you just need that jolt, then it's understandable, man. But to just be taking it and you fully awake just to get a charge, you fucking with your heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Why fuck with your heart, man? So that's why when I was a trainer working in a gym, I would tell my clients to see a physician or a nutritionist before taking any type of supplements, so that, because they know your blood work, so that way they can tell you what you need to take or what you don't need to take or how much you can take, because it ain't like you can't take supplements at all. What they saying is don't abuse this shit. You know, protein is protein. You know, you always need protein. The problem is, like, you get protein from food, vegetables, things like that. But when you start, you know, like meats, like steak, I mean vegetables like steak, you know, chicken, you know, things like that, salmon. But when you're using these chemicals, you don't know what's in this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them things have banned supplements, man. If you're into anything professional, like sports, anything like that, now you fail a drug test because the nigga that gave this shit not knowing what's in it, or he might have knew but didn't tell you, and you don't know what's in the shit. Now you got a failed drug test. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I never took none of that shit, man. I think I still look decent. Can't really see the brother. You know what I'm saying? But you see me in the mirror, man. For a man that's almost 50, you know, I think I still look fairly decent, man. You know, size-wise, pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I ain't gonna sit here and I got a 12-pack and all that shit. But, you know, I keep myself up to par, man. And it's just consistency. And then a lot of exercises I stopped doing because it's really serving a benefit. You know, I seen somebody on TV doing this exercise, these little kickback joints, and he's showing the lady like, yeah, you can do this. That shit is cool, but then you gotta explain why halfway works and halfway doesn't. Because without the resistance, there's no resistance. If I'm just doing the kickback, let me see something. I ain't feeling nothing until I get back here, right? I ain't feeling shit. But if I take it over here and do it, right? Now I try to do it. Let me see if I can get in the camera, in the mirror. Boom. Now I try to do it, right? Hold on, I gotta get a better angle here, right? Let me see. There's resistance all the way through. You know what I'm saying? So the resistance is all the way through now. And you can also stand and do it like this. You don't have to bend forward. You know, you can just stand and just hold that shit and just pull. All right? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, there's more. You're gonna feel that a lot. I felt that a lot more with only 20 pounds, right? Than I felt with these 35s right here, doing these. You know, man, but I understand for him, the video purpose. So he's just doing a video, just showing exercises of that you can do at home and stuff like that. And that's where that will come in handy at if you're at home. But you gotta know how to, when you work out for a long time, you learn how to improvise a lot of different exercises and things like that and modify them to help benefit you. You know, let me do my other arm because I like to keep it balanced here. Yeah, man. There's just so much going on. I see so much bad form, posture. You know, with a lot of workouts and a lot of you know, people's mechanics that sometimes I'll be having help with. Like I see people do shoulders, right? They got their arms out like this, look, like this, and they pushing, and then they come and have your fan. Why don't you do this? Put your shoulders in, elbows, get that little slight angle. Hold those weights here. Now push like you're raising a roof. So you see? That little slight angle. And then once I have them do that, you know what, they be like, oh man, felt made better, man. Like I actually felt the workout. Yeah, you can feel your shoulders working now. You're not, all you're doing here is straining them. You're straining them off the rip when you're way back here. You bring them in here. Now it's like you actually can work your shoulders. I wasn't learning none of that when I was working out with those guys. Everything was, get under there, yeah, come on, talk to the waist, all this crazy shit, man. All this screaming and hollering and getting under all this heavy shit. You gotta understand your body too. Your body might not be ready for that shit. Take it easy. You're gonna see results when you first hit the gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to go bananas. Yo, I gotta get the heaviest shit possible. Nah, you know how to do that. You work your way up with great form and posture. Guess what? You get strong really fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me, I got broke down before up top. Big white dude was like, yo, why don't you bring the bench all the way down to your chest and then bring it up? Because I used to do those halfway shits. And I brought the bench down. I had 295 on my shit, and it got stuck. And I had to start all over again, working on form and mechanics. And now I can lift still that same weight easily because I worked on my form and mechanics with no spot. Right? Legs. I've seen people squat with awful form, not engaging their core, not engaging their glutes, doing halfway joints with improper form. Because you could do a quarter squat, and you know, but it's the form of how you do it. And you can do, you know, when you do a full squat, I like to get low, but I like to straighten out my chest, you know, my chest out, to tighten that core, you know, keep my feet about shoulder apart, a slight slant, you know, and when I sit down, you know, I'm actually, let me see if I can get a good, damn it, you can see what I'm doing here. Right. So I like to, you know, I'm just doing an air squat for now, right? And one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lead with my glutes, right? I'm gonna lead with my glutes and then sit down, right? Take the pressure away from the knees, right? So I help me get lower. Stand back up, power my way back up, boom, tighten those glutes. You know what I'm saying? So I seen this girl, she used to work with me. She had her head down like this, the bar doing squats. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Why you got your head down like that? And she was like, oh, you know, well, my trainer taught me that. I'm like, yo, I don't know about that. Come back, she started squatting more, head up. So, you know, I guess over time, you know, once you get yourself situated and, you know, you get better at working out, you can try different things. Like Johnny Street says, stick to the basic shit. Don't do all that crazy shit. Like I said, pushing my hips back a little bit, right, and I'm sitting, right, using my hips to stand up, driving my glutes forward, boom, tightening, pause. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to work on certain mechanics in order to be able to squat. And I also learned you don't need to go so crazy. Even though some of those people say you can load up, yeah, you can with good form. But if you got bad knees, you got bad knees. There's only so much you're really gonna do. You don't need to go crazy. Just do your reps. Sometimes I feel good just with one plate. Sometimes I feel good with two, maybe 2.5 plates. You know, you're feeling real good, you feel like you can go for 3, go for it. Make sure you got your weight belt on and you got your knees strapped up if you really have bad knees like that. You feel like it's gonna give out. But be smart with your workout. Work out to your comfort zone. That's why I stay away from all those people. I work out by myself because I know what I'm gonna do and I'll get in here and get out. I'm gonna get in and get out. I ain't got time to be in here 2-3 hours and shit. You know, especially when you working and shit, you ain't got time for that shit, man. As you notice, I'm not swinging the waist like this. All that bouncing and all that stuff that dudes be doing. Stand up straight, right? Curl. You can curl. Bone like that too. Those feel good. But you know, the whole point is you shouldn't be using leverage. If you gotta use leverage, you know, that's like when you're trying to get that extra rep. Or it means the weight might be just too heavy for you. Work out how you feel is best based on your posture and mechanics. And don't get baited into ego lifting. You know? Don't let nobody base you in ego lifting, man. Because that's how you get hurt, man. You're gonna get hurt in the gym, bad posture, improper form, and doing a lot of exercises that put you in awkward positions. You know, put your body and joints in awkward positions. Avoid those, man. That's all I can say. You know, but like I said, each his own. I don't knock people's workouts. You know, hey, usually if I'm in the gym and I see somebody doing something crazy, I mind my business. Unless I can tell you in the beginning, you really have no idea what you're doing, and I'm near you, and I can feel your vibe, like, all right, if I say something to this young brother, is he gonna get offended or not? I don't know it all, you know what I'm saying, but I've been working out since 1998, 99. You know what I'm saying? So I'm almost 50. So at the end of the day, I think I know a little something I can teach you. Most of my shit I learned the hard way. So when I'm telling somebody something, I'm trying to explain it to them so that they don't make mistakes I made. Like doing deadlifts, you see a nigga, he trying to stand up with the weight. Back off. I don't even know how to curve my back off because I fixed the posture, but you see dudes like this trying to stand up and they got the weight, they standing up straight and they still pulling with their back. Fam, you gonna destroy your back, man. You know what I'm saying? Boom. They don't even understand about warming up their lats before they go and touch that ball in the bottom. Things that I've learned, I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, form, mechanics, understanding the body. Once you understand that, it's gonna be hard for you to fuck up in the gym. Me, because of so many past injuries, I'm always gonna feel it here and there, especially when age kicks in. So what I do, like I said, I tone down that shit. Like today, I'm just doing a little bit of arms, about to leave the gym. I've been here for a minute now, so, you know, and I've been talking. Something I don't normally do throughout the workout, but I've been here for a minute. And, you know, it's about that time. Gotta get ready for work. But at the end of the day, you know, do what you feel comfortable doing, man. And don't let nobody take you out your comfort zone in the gym. You know, don't let nobody pressure you into doing things you don't want to do, man. And that goes for life too, man. Manyface Publishing, I'm out, man. Peace.